So first off, I just wanted to say I love the Flip 2. I absolutely adore this thing. Before anybody says I bought this with my own money, I did not get a review unit from Retroid. This is mine, I purchased, and it is a great device. I'm having so much fun with this thing. I know it's pretty much the exact same thing as the Retroid Pocket 5, but really what I love about it is, I guess I didn't realize that I was more of a clamshell person, that every time I come out, there's a clamshell. I love it just because, you know, one of the things that I always worry about with all these devices is the same thing that I worry about with my phone. I have a screen protector on my phone. The screen, especially with this, it's an OLED screen, so I don't want it to get scratched. It's huge. It's a 5.5-inch screen, and I don't have to worry about that. It may not be for everybody. However, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just a really cool device. I think I like it just because it's almost, this may sound weird, but hear me out. I have the Retroid Pocket 5, and that's a great device. I was playing on that for quite some time, actually right up until I got the Flip 2. And it's fantastic. One thing that I guess I didn't realize with a horizontal handheld versus a flip handheld is that it positions the screen and the controls just a little bit different. And it's an obvious thing for sure. But once the screen is upwards from it's slanted up, you don't have to look at the same spot as your hands. I know that sounds weird, but you may understand it. And if you don't, then that's fine. Maybe the Flip 2 isn't for you, or maybe you're not a clamshell type person. Along with me loving this device. Now, I will say the one thing that kind of bugged me was the ergonomics, just because I love ergonomics. I love the feeling of big chunky controller, that it feels more, it's comfy, and it also it hits your brain like you're actually playing a controller. You know what I mean? So I found this grip, and this is actually the same seller on Etsy that I got the Retroid Pocket 5 grip. And this grip on the Retroid Pocket 5, if you didn't see that video, I went through a few accessories, what I liked and what I didn't like. I'll leave that link down below. But one cool thing that I loved about this grip is that not only is it a grip, but then it flips around and it covers it. So that kind of took away from worry of the screen, which was nice. Obviously, this is not a pocket device unless you have the most giant cargo pants ever that are completely out of style and from, I don't know, 1974. I'm not sure. I'm not judging you. If you have those, you go ahead and rock those things right out and just, you do you. Anyway, it's not pocketable, and neither is this one once you put the grip on there. But that's not really a huge concern for me. These are not pocket devices for me anyways, personally. For errands, running around, I typically go with something that's a little bit smaller, a micro device, maybe another clamshell device, the Miyoo Flip, or Miyoo Mini, or Trim Brick, things like that. If I'm going to be using this, I've thrown this in a backpack, I've taken it with me, or I'm sitting on the couch and jamming on it. The whole grip and portable, let's be honest, this is not, even though it says Retroid Pocket, it's not really a pocket device, really portable. So anyway, leave all those thoughts and concerns down below. And this is the awesome grip. So I got this from the same exact Etsy seller that I got the RP5 grip. It's fantastic. It enhances it so much more. It just pops right in. Now, granted, you can't do the same thing with this grip that you do with the RP5 where you flip it over, but you don't need to because the screen is covered already, so you don't have to worry about that. But it feels so nice. And now, instead of me having a tiny great gaming session, maybe 20 minutes, I can sit here and I can jam on this thing. An hour and a half has passed by. I don't even notice it. So, except when my family's calling for me, but we won't say anything about that. But this thing is just, I love it. I love this handheld. I love this grip. This Etsy seller doesn't even know that I purchased both of these. I'll maybe shoot them a message. So these are not by any means affiliated with the Etsy seller at all. If you like them, I'll leave everything linked in the description below, but I would highly recommend checking them out. I know a few people from my Discord server, they have purchased them and they like them. They think that they're great. Okay, so really quick, I just wanted to show you how this awesome grip works. Okay, so here's what the grip looks like. Now you can see it's very similar to this grip if you saw my video on it, because it's the same seller. It's got the same felt in there, and this one had some felt on the side, but there's not really felt in here. So there's felt. Obviously, like I said, it can't go on the front. I don't know why you would want to do that, because it's not protecting the screen. So neat thing is that it has the cutout for the fan on the back. I mean, I really think that the Etsy seller really, you know, took a lot of considerations for everything. So you can see that there's some indents right here as far as for the triggers up here, the shoulder buttons, and now these four spokes right here. So these four spokes, they go in the screw holes into the back of the device. So the two on the bottom are set exactly there, and then the two at the top. So how I've been doing it, I honestly, once I put it on, I haven't really taken the grip off that much. But it's pretty secure. So I popped it on there first, and I did the top. Actually, let's do the bottom. I think that maybe, yeah, let's do the bottom. Sorry. Like I said, I haven't done this very much. So you pop it in the bottom, and then just kind of make sure that it goes in, and it literally just pops in, and then it's super crazy secure. I mean, look at this. This thing is just like awesome. So I just wanted to go over, when I did my first impressions video, that I have since set up this device quite a bit. I threw Emulation Station Desktop Edition. As you can see, it's not my actual launcher, and you can do that. You can definitely go into, really quick, I'll show you. If you wanted to make Emulation Station your actual home launcher, so when you boot up the device, it goes right into that launcher, you would just go into the actual settings. As you could see, I pulled down, that's where you can find it. And go in, and you search for home. And then right here, now you can choose the Retroid launcher. Quick Step is just the normal Android, the Android home screen. It'll look like a phone or a tablet. And then ES-DE, that's Emulation Station Desktop Edition. Now, be aware, if you've done either one of these things, you will, if you picked any sort of launcher, you won't really be able to exit them without a little bit of painful annoyance. You're going to have to slide it up. I don't know if there's a huge workaround. So that irritated me just a little too much, that I go back in and I keep downloading different apps on the Play Store and trying to configure it. And so maybe I have commitment issues. I don't know. So anyway, here is Emulation Station Desktop Edition, and I selected a specific theme that this is. Really quick, I'll go into the theme downloader. Iconic. Iconic is the one that I chose. So I like this. There are plenty of other themes that you can choose from. You got your art book next, which is the normal. This is the normal one that everybody always sees, and that's standard. I had to choose Atari 50. It was a little strange, so I was like, never mind. Canvas is cool. I think I have this on a different handheld. So if you wanted this look, you can definitely go with that. And you can go through. Emulation Station is just a very cool, all-encompassing app. I'm not going to go through and teach you how to add all of these. The basis is really, you just have to go through and make sure that you have all the cores that you want to use and RetroArch, you have to make sure that those are downloaded first. Then it goes through and it will just connect everything pretty seamlessly once you point the app into the folders where everything is. Emulation Station is awesome. Right now, it's playing a screensaver, and I turned it on where it shows what the name of the game is, what system it's from, and then if you wanted to play it, you just hit the A button and it launches it and it goes right into there. So that's awesome. The really super cool thing, I know you see Pico 8, there's an app. I had a video for it. I'll link that below. There's an app, it's called the Infinity Pico 8 app, and it works on Android, and it works pretty seamlessly. It's pretty cool. It's not 100%. There have been a couple glitches out there, but I would say it's 95%. It's awesome. So anyway, and then when you wanted to get out of a game, you just do what you usually do. You just hit select and start, and that boots you out of the game, and then that's so. Some of the apps, like that just brought me back to the desktop screen. So some of the apps, just because I have it configured a certain way, it boots me out of Emulation Station. So I just have to pop it back in, and it's actually running in the background, so it's not a big deal. It's got scraper, it's got everything. Look at how cool this looks. It just looks, sometimes I just scroll through Emulation Station and I'm just like, this is so neat. This is so cool. This is awesome. I got this to connect to Android games, which is very cool. So I just wanted to show really quick, that's how I have my Flip 2 set up. And if you hit the start button, if you wanted to get out of Emulation Station, you just hit the start button and then you'll have to arrow down to quit ES-DE, and then it quits it out of there, and you can go back to the Android desktop normal phone mode. And then if you wanted to go into the Play Store and download anything, or if you wanted to go into, you didn't have the Android games set up through Emulation Station, I believe that that's a JSON file. There's a file and some code that you have to throw in, and I did that. It's not super hard, but it takes a quick second. So, but then you can go back to your desktop and you can launch whatever you wanted to. So really, I just wanted to go over a couple things and really gush about this grip, because I know I mentioned it and how awesome it is. I feel like it just, not that it was getting stale by any means, but it went from me almost putting this down and maybe focusing on some other things to absolutely loving this. When I grab my backpack, it's in my backpack all the time. I make sure of it. Sometimes I even have it in there with my Steam Deck because I'm a lunatic. I can't get over how cool this is. And I know everybody out there, everybody's concerned about the hinge. I have used this so much every single day. I would say just about every single day since I have posted my last video, and multiple times a day sometimes, and I haven't had any issues. I sat there and I went back and forth. I didn't do the 1,000 flip test that I think Aiden Walls possibly did. I haven't had any issues. Some people have mentioned that they want to take it all the way back. You can if you wanted to. I know I was a little hesitant of that at the beginning, and it does go straight. It does go in, what is that, a 180 degree? So you can play it if you wanted to. It doesn't go further than that. So if you were looking for an extra angle, it doesn't do that. But you can definitely play it completely flat like that. I prefer the angle, but that's just me. Anyway, I know that one person from my Discord server was actually, they purchased this grip, they purchased something else. They didn't like the other thing, but they really like this specific grip. So anyway, check it out. I'll have everything linked in the description below. And if you find something else out there, great. If you do find something, at the time that I bought this a little while ago, it was a few weeks ago, there wasn't really much of anything that was out there that I saw. So if you found another grip, absolutely link that in the description below. Let everybody know what you found, and so they can check it out. And options are good. Variety is awesome. like I said, all the links to everything shown in this video will be in the description below. If you do want to see anything specific with this device, the Retroid Pocket Flip 2, please leave that in the comments. If I get enough game requests, I may make a dedicated games video for the Flip 2. Also, just a huge plug to this channel, I am now live streaming at least once a week or more if possible. So definitely hit that subscribe and move the bell icon to all so that you can get notified of all the things on this channel. You can find me mostly on Blue Sky and Instagram, my Discord server, and most Mondays I even pop into the live chat of the Retro Handhelds podcast. As always, thanks for watching. Stay awesome, everyone, and go play some games.